Welcome here today, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of a predictions video on the channel. Here today, I'm going to give you guys my fantasy analysis, my predictions for who I think is going to win today's race, as well as a look out on my fantasy team specifically and show you guys who I have in my lineup. So first and foremost, as usual, we're going to start with the picks that you should stay away from today. Just one driver in particular I think you guys should stay away from in today's race on your fantasy team is Brad Keselowski. Of course, Keselowski's been running good in recent weeks, had fast cars at Michigan. Unfortunately, he wrecked while battling for the lead, and he did get a win at New Hampshire a couple weeks ago. Outside of that, though, we got to go on his recent road course success. So my data concludes of the last 2 years. Some stats may include 3 years on road courses. I think that's pretty much the only data we can go off of, really, as far as recent success, because obviously the Cup Series has never raced here before on the Daytona road course configuration, so a little bit of difference as far as how that will go. And obviously you don't want to put in Daytona or Super Speedway success into this, because that wouldn't make much sense at all. So for Brad Keselowski, the reason why I want you guys to stay away from him on the lineup today, he's got 2 top 10s in the last 7 road course races, but compared to a lot of other strong competitors, that just wasn't good enough to sell why he should be on my team, and I don't think he should be on yours. Brad Keselowski is only 2 top 10s. Both came at Watkins Glen in that stretch. I had that right. Okay, so at Watkins Glen within the last stretch there. Charlotte Roval, he did not have a good run last year, but he did have a good run the year before that, of course. If you remember, he was battling for the lead, actually led the most laps that day, and Sonoma's not one of his better tracks. So it's hit or miss for Brad Keselowski on the road courses, and I just don't think that's a good enough of a risk. There's a couple other picks, like Harvick and Hamlin. They've been performing really well this year. Obviously, 2 of the best drivers also. Keselowski probably 3rd best driver so far this season, as far as consistency shows and all that. And even those 2 have more top 10s than what Keselowski does. Not by much, but between that and the recent success this year also, and the season as a whole, I would stay away from Brad Keselowski. Dark horse picks. We have a few of them on here. Matt DiBenedetto is a really good dark horse pick. He did finish in the top 10 twice last season, 4th and a 6th place finish in the one race at the Charlotte Roval. That he did not finish in the top 10 on the road course races was 11th at the Charlotte Roval. And he was a non-playoff driver too, so that could have played into some of the factor. Maybe he was laying over for other drivers. This is a regular season race. There will be no laying over for Matt DiBenedetto, especially with him being on the playoff bubble coming into this race today. He's also had a lot of recent success. He's finished 2 of the last 3 races in the top 10, so that's really good too for Matt DiBenedetto. And yeah, the car has just had speed in general. Fords have had really good speed as of late. Penske, Stewart-Haas, and even that 21 car for Wood Brothers, like I mentioned, 2 of the last 3 races, top 10s. He will be going for stage points as much as he can today, with knowing he's on the playoff bubble, so I think he's a strong candidate for a possible dark horse pick in everybody's lineup today. Eric Jones also, he had good momentum at Michigan, although he didn't get the finishes he would have wished for. He got a lot of stage points. He cut the deficit from 41 points back going into the Michigan doubleheader last week to 16 points back. So he cut 25 points into that deficit. So that goes to show how many stage points he scored. And he did have decent finishes, although they weren't top 10 performances. Eric Jones, though, in the last 6 road course races, so within the last 2 seasons, the last 6 road course races, he's got 5 top 10s, and that's pretty good. 2 top 5s to go along with it. I think that success could continue today here for Eric Jones as long as he stays out of trouble. He starts a little further back. He starts in 20th, so as long as he stays out of trouble in the very beginning of the race, I think he could be there come race end. Clint Bowyer is another dark horse pick. We got 3 of them on here today. Clint Bowyer is another dark horse pick. He's performed really well in similar situation to DiBenedetto. He's right on that playoff bubble. Although Bowyer has not had the recent success that Matt DiBenedetto has, knowing that Stewart-Haas has had success with Eric Almirola and Harvick much of the season, especially in the second half of the regular season, you would have to think that Clint Bowyer can get that sort of momentum going for himself here pretty soon. Bowyer in the last 7 road course races has 5 top 10s and 4 top 5s, so also good success on the road course races. He does have a win on a road course in his career also, back when he raced for Michael Waltrip Racing at Sonoma. Although that's not recent success, it just goes to show he's consistently a top 10 contender, and I think he will be today. also chasing those stage points. Must-haves for today's race. We got two absolute must-haves that everybody has to have on their lineup, regardless of how many times you've used them this year, as long as you can still use them, of course. Chase Elliott, first and foremost. He's won 3 of the last 4 road course races, and in the last 2 seasons, so in the last 6 races, he has 5 top 10s. That goes to show right there. Chase Elliott, solid lock for my lineup. Although Chevy has not been performing well most of the second half of the regular season, I've been criticizing Hendrick Motorsports as a whole. Chase Elliott does have 3 top 10s in a row now after the last couple weeks of racing between both Michigan races. Almost won the first Michigan race, remember, on a late race restart there. And then had a top 10 at New Hampshire a couple weeks ago also. To go with his road course success, I think he's going to be one of the heavy favorites. He had a good pill draw. He's starting 7th in today's race, so he should score a lot of points. Martin Truex Jr. is another lock on my team here today. He's got 3 wins on road courses in the last 8 races. Not only that, he finished runner-up twice in that stretch, too. So just like that, he's got and a 3rd-place finish, I believe, too, at Charlotte Roval. So just like that, Martin Truex Jr., 6 of the last 8 road course races, he's finished top 3, and 5 of which he has finished in the top 2, 3 wins. So that goes to show pretty good success there for Truex, and yeah, another solid lock for the lineup. He will be on my team here today. So now, speaking of my team, we're going to see exactly who all I have on my team today, and my prediction to win the race. Alright guys, we'll take you through who I have on my lineup right now for today's race. So here's the lineup from last week's second Michigan race, that is. The 5th spot is open, of course, because we cannot use Ryan Blaney anymore this season. Unfortunately, he had a good run going for himself until that DNF in the final stage with his teammate Keselowski, so we ended up losing about 1,000 spots due to both of those two getting together. And we only got 4 races left here, so we need to have a good week and what could be a wild card week today. So we're going to take some of those dark horses into consideration as well as the must-haves. So first and foremost, we're going to have the must-haves in the lineup. We got Truex already in there. We'll keep him in there. We'll put Chase Elliott in the lineup instead of Brad Keselowski. And Keselowski, the guy I do not want in any of your guys' lineups today. Eric Jones, dark horse pick. We're going to keep him in. Simply going to keep Eric Jones in, obviously, because of his performances on the road courses. I think he'll have the momentum going compared to a lot of other drivers. Yes, he's starting 20th, but we still have a lot of usages out of him still, too, so we don't have to worry about using him up too much. For that 5th starting spot, we're going to put another one of our drivers in there that were on the dark horse picks, Matt DiBenedetto. We're going to keep Kyle Busch in the lineup there just in case, and then the final dark horse pick, we're simply going to put, or the final pick, we're simply going to put another dark horse in there of Clint Bowyer. He's got a lot of success on the road courses in recent years, so now my pick to win the race, I'm going to stay simple. The guy who has won a lot of road courses lately, obviously between Truex and Chase Elliott, but most recently, obviously, 3 of the last 4 road course races have been won by this guy, Chase Elliott, so we are going to predict him to win another one today. So we're going to have him winning each stage. He's got a good starting spot, starting 7th as well. I trust his ability. Although Chevrolet's been down lately, and I've been criticizing Hendrick's performance a lot lately on the channel, but I think Chase Elliott can find his way to victory lane for the 2nd time this season here today. So Chase Elliott is my pick to win the race. Who is your guys' pick? Comment down below. Who do you guys have maybe on your fantasy team? And most importantly, hit the subscribe button for more daily NASCAR content, as well as the like button if you enjoyed today's video. And I will see you guys later today after the race for a post-race analysis video. So stay tuned and have a good one.